The Conference of Champions sends one of their prized heavyweights into Phoenix and the GCU Soccer Stadium to take on the defending WAC champion, Grand Canyon University Lopes. I'm Kyle Borg alongside Jack O'Hara. And Jack, the Lopes are coming off a road trip to California that they split 1-1, but had a good showing against the number 8 team in the country.
Well, they had a great showing against St. Mary's, Kyle. 1-0 loss on a penalty kick, only allowing 1 goal in those 2 games as they return home tonight, looking to take down the Beavers.
And this is the first time the Lopes will ever take on a Pac-12 opponent in regular season play, and Oregon State's going to be a tough test for them.
Well, OSU, Kyle, has scored 9 goals in their first 4 games, and they've only allowed 4 goals defensively in those 4 games, averaging only 1 goal allowed per game, so it's going to be a tough task for the Lopes. Trying to get on the board early, they struggled only 1 goal on that road trip.
Lopes are going to need to score early and score often. Let's see if they can get it done. Kickoff right around the corner right here on GCU TV. Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the GCU Soccer Stadium for tonight's matchup between the visiting 3-1 Oregon State Beavers and the 2-1 Grand Canyon University Lopes. I'm Kyle Borg alongside Jack O'Hara. And Jack, we are in for a fun one here tonight.
Well, it's been a good start defensively for the Lopes, Kyle, as we get set for this one. It's going to be a totally different animal from the first 3 games that the Lopes have dealt with. The Beavers have already scored 9 times in just 4 games. You mentioned it a little bit on the pregame. So tonight we're going to see how good that Lopes defense truly is against the 3-1 squad from the Pac-12.
Absolutely, and a Pac-12 opponent in the house tonight for the first time in GCU men's regular season soccer history. And we'll see how they can get a win with the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game.
Well, number 1, we got lock up the floodgates, meaning basically don't open them up. Oregon State's offensive play has been their vocal point this season. If you can keep their offense at bay, the Lopes will have a chance at coming away with a win. Score often and score quick. Guess how many goals OSU has allowed through 4 games, Kyle? Just 4. They're averaging a goal per game. The Lopes are going to need more than 1 score if they're going to come away with a win tonight. And finally, take care of business. It's going to be a tough week for the Lopes all week around. Tonight they go up against a very good Oregon State team, and then they have to travel to Blacksburg next Tuesday night to take on the number 10 ranked team in the nation in Virginia Tech. Come away with 1 week this week to stay above 500.
Absolutely, and you talked about Oregon State giving up 4 goals. Well, George Tesori's in the net again tonight for the Lopes, and he's only given up 1 goal in 3 games this season with 7 saves, and of course that 1 goal came on the road over the weekend to number 8 St. Mary's, where they lost 1-0 on a penalty kick. So the Lopes defense is probably going to be their best asset here tonight.
Well, you mentioned that penalty kick, a tough loss for the Lopes. You mentioned George Tesori's performance. You can't say enough if you're Coach Shellis Hyman. Lopes back at home tonight after that 3-0 win last Friday night. They got the Havocs behind them again here tonight. Let's see what they can do against this Pac-12 opponent.
Well, tonight will be a tough test for the Lopes like we talked about earlier. And tonight they're going to have a special presentation for Coach Hyman after last Friday's 500th career win, just the 2nd coach or 4th all-time to join that list, and only the 2nd currently active, and he is now 6 wins behind him. And that coach is, of course, at the University of South Carolina. So Coach Hyman trying to run him down and move in to 1 more spot up on the all-time wins list. Looking to move into 4th. He currently sits at 5th at 501, 161, and 54. And for those of you doing the math at home, that is a very even 700 win percentage. So he's winning 700%, 70% of his games, which is Hall of Fame numbers if you're batting 700 in baseball.
Well, it doesn't happen overnight, Kyle. We asked Coach Shellis Hyman before the game what he thought of the accomplishment. He said it's been a long time coming. It culminates over the years, 500 wins. He got the win in front of the Havoc faithful here in Lope Country, and he gets to celebrate it again for the Lopes' 2nd home game of the season.
Coach Hyman has been coaching collegiate soccer for 34+ seasons now. That is quite a long time for anybody to coach. He's one of the rare gems you will find in coaching, both with his soccer mind and just his overall character, and everything about him just screams quality guy. And the Lopes are very lucky to have him when they hired him when they made the jump to Division I just about 6 or so years ago now. Well, we have about 3.5 more minutes until kickoff, as the teams will get ready and set to walk out of the tunnel, as we'll meet the starting lineups in a moment. Have prayer and national anthem as well. So we'll go ahead and give you the starting lineups. First, for the Grand Canyon University Lopes, it'll be pretty much the usual suspects. Number 19, Tosh Yasuda. Number 23, Austin Day. Justin Rasmussen. Number 2, Isai Easley. Number 16, Pambos Aristitolos, excuse me. Number 25, Marios Andreu. Number 21, Burt Wilton. And Burt Wilton has 2 of the Lopes' 4 goals scored on the season. He is their leading scorer, so he's going to be a dangerous one for the Lopes here tonight. Number 26, Nick Barrio, who is making his return from a red card suspension, which he picked up in the loss to St. Mary's over the weekend, and then served that suspension against Santa Clara, where the Lopes won that one 1-0. Number 10, Hugo Logan, and rounding it out for the Lopes, number 32, Ariel Agos. And in the net, of course, number 1, George Tesorice. And as the players walk out onto the field, we'll go ahead and send you down to the field for prayer, national anthem, and of course, Coach Shellis Heidman's career 500th win honoring.
With an opening night victory this season, GCU head coach Shellis Heidman recorded the 500th win of his career. Coach Heidman became only the 5th Division I men's soccer coach all time to reach the 500 win milestone, and is one of only 2 active coaches with 500 wins. Presenting Coach Heidman with a gift to honor his career milestone is interim VP of Athletics, Dr. Jamie Boggs. Congratulations, Coach Heidman. And now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First of all, for the visitors, the Oregon State University Beavers. In goal, a sophomore from Madrid, Spain, number 1, Adrian Fernandez. At defender, a sophomore from Nottingham, England, number 4, Alex Cover. At defender, a sophomore from South Croydon, England, number 5, Kolade Saliadine. At defender, a sophomore from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, number 6, Stefan Yates. At midfielder, a freshman from La Coruna, Spain, number 8, Javier Armas. At midfielder, a junior from Colorado Springs, Colorado, number 11, Joel Walker. At defender, a sophomore from Valencia, Spain, number 16, Adrian Crespo. At midfielder, a sophomore from Nantes, France, number 18, Sophine Jaffal. At defender, a junior from Renton, Washington, number 22, Joe Hafferty. At defender, a senior from Woodburn, Oregon, number 28, Eric Diaz. And at forward, a freshman from Plouvern, France, number 20, Arnaud Daniel. The Beavers are 3-1 in the season. They play in the Pac-12 Conference. They're led by head coach Terry Boss, associate head coach BJ Craig, and assistant coaches Clint Long and Ryan Zinkan. All right, Lopes fans, it's time to get on your feet and make some noise. Let's meet the starting lineup for your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. At defender, a sophomore from Kailua, Hawaii, number 2, Isai Easley. At midfielder, a freshman from Hertfordshire, England, number 10, Hugo Logan. At midfielder, a junior from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 13, Justin Rasmussen. At midfielder, a senior from Nicosia, Cyprus, number 16, Pambos Aristotelos. At midfielder, a senior from Las Cruces, New Mexico, number 19, Tosh Yasuda. At forward, a sophomore from Benfleet, England, number 21, Burt Wilton. At defender, a senior from Frisco, Texas, number 23, Austin Day. At midfielder, a sophomore from Limassol, Cyprus, number 25, Marius Andreo. At defender, a junior from El Paso, Texas, number 26, Nick Barrio. And at defender, a junior from Quito, Ecuador, number 32, Ariel Aguas. And in goal for the Lopes, a sophomore from Nicosia, Cyprus, number 1, George Tassouris. The Lopes are 2-1 on the season. They are under the direction of head coach Shellis Heineman, associate head coach Tim Clements, assistant coaches Vladimir Davidovich and Spencer Woodlicka, director of operations Michael Stewart, assistant athletic trainer Tara Condon, performance specialist Nathaniel Parananda, and undergraduate manager Chris Maldonado. And joining the team tonight for the international walkout are members of the Tuzos 2010 Boys and Girls Soccer Club. We thank you for your support. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight's prayer is led by Corey Tubbs, GCU Sports Chaplain.
Let's pray. God, we thank you for this opportunity to come out here tonight and be among friends and family and enjoy this game. We pray that you be with the players, the refs, and everybody involved, that you would help keep them safe and that they would be able to perform to the best of their abilities. We pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Corey. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with the playing of our national anthem. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed this evening by the Santa Maria Middle School Choir under the direction of Natalie Levan. Thank you, Santa Maria Middle School.
And now we'll go ahead and recap the Oregon State Beaver starting lineup for you right now. Number 28, Eric Diaz. Number 5, Kalade Saladin. Number 11, Joel Walker. 22, Joe Hafferty. Number 4, Alex Cover. 16, Adrian Crespo. Number 18, Sophianne Jeffall. Number 6, Stefan Yeats. Number 8, Javier Armas. And number 29, Arno Daniel. And in the goal for the Beavers is number 1, Adrian Fernandez. And Fernandez in the goal, he's given up about a 1 goal a game average. He's only given up 4 on the season and only has 10 saves. He's 3-1 with a .714 save percentage so far on this young season and the 5th game for the Beavers.
Well, definitely going to be a good test, both offensively and defensively for the Lopes here tonight, Kyle. We mentioned in the 3 keys to lock up the floodgates. Offensively, 9 goals scored by Oregon State in their first 4 games, coming off a 4-0 win their last time out. So the Lopes defense looking to shut down that offense. And on the other side, offensively for the Lopes, they've only scored once in their last 2 games, only 1 goal in that road trip, both against St. Mary's and Santa Clara. And only 4 goals allowed in 4 games. You mentioned the shutout last time for that defense for Oregon State. It's going to be a tough go-around on both sides of the ball for the Lopes in front of their Havoc faithful.
Well, it won't be easy for Oregon State to get by this Lopes defense, and George Tesori says his stat line on the season, just that one goal allowed on a penalty kick. He's given up .33 goals a game, so under a half of a goal for him. He's got 7 saves, 2 shutouts, a 2-1 record, and an .875 save percentage. So he's very capable of shutting those floodgates, as you mentioned, for this Lopes team. And of course, Oregon State's going to get us started with the opening kickoff. They'll be wearing white tonight, in the Lopes in the home purple, back at home for the first time in 6 days, and just their second home game of the season. But Oregon State, this is their first road test of the year. So it's going to be a very hostile environment for them, and let's see how they're able to deal with it.
Not to mention the Havocs. There's nobody like the Havocs. It's a party out there, so we'll see how they deal with it.
Referee checks with his assistant, starts his watch, blows his whistle. Sound of the cannon firing, and we are underway here at GCU Soccer Stadium between the Beavers and the Lopes. Oregon State's gonna start with possession, and they're gonna end up having to send it all the way back to Fernandez to get this one started. And now the Beavers will look to reset everything and try and put the Lopes on their heels early.
Well, the best bet for the Lopes offense tonight would be to repeat after opening night, a 3-0 win against Northern Kentucky. They got that goal within the first 5 minutes of the game. Taj Yasuda with his first goal of the year, looking to do exactly the same tonight, trying to put Oregon State on their back from the get-go.
And it's a goal kick early on for the Beavers, and now they'll start again. So the Lopes will apply high pressure. Now Oregon State's going to get it away. 2 players collide. Now the Lopes are going to get a throw in right in front of the Havocs. As the Oregon State players stay down on that far side, that looks to be number 4, Alex Cover. He now able to get to his feet as he stayed down for just a moment. He collided with Burt Wilton trying to clear that ball away. Indirect free kick for the Beavers, who are going to do the sportsmanlike thing and play it all the way back to George Tesori. And now the Lopes are going to get started once again. It's Barrio to Isai Easley, who will swing it all the way around now. They will start it up with Austin Day. Day looking to feed one through to Rasmussen. Rasmussen able to force a throw, and now he'll go back and get ready to throw it in for the Lopes. That one will get off of Burt Wilton and out of play, as the Beavers will take their second goal kick of the game. We enter the 2nd minute now of play in this one. So the ball stayed pretty much on the Beavers' defensive half for the majority of this first 2 minutes. So the Lopes doing a good job trying to pin Oregon State deep in their own territory, as that is Logan gets it away, and now the Lopes have possession once more. Now Oregon State applying pressure as it gets to Hugo Logan in the midfield, but he turns it right over, and now here come the Beavers. Isai Easley sticks his foot in to get it away for a moment, and now Nick Barrero, good job to get it away, but it's turned right back over to the Beavers. Trying to chip Isai Easley, unable to do so, and now the Lopes will kick it out of play as Yasuda can't quite keep that one in off the errant pass and clearance from Pambos Aristotelos. Daniil throws it in to a teammate. Now he will get it right back off of the throw in and play it into the middle, but to nobody in particular. And now the Lopes have to get it away, and they do not, as now a foul will be called on Andreu. And the Beavers are going to go fast, get a shot away right into the waiting hands of George Tesori, who's going to get his first save early on in this one, as he didn't get his first save against Santa Clara until the 68th minute.
Well, the Beavers trying to be a little sneaky there. George Tesori was right there for the save. Didn't have to move too much to keep this game knotted.
That one will find Yasuda, who gets it to Wilton. Wilton trying to stay with it, cannot, and the Beavers able to clear again, and now another foul on the Lopes, and a good call from the referee as Austin Day held up the attack for just a moment to help the Lopes get back and recover on defense before another counterattack was about to start, and the Beavers had some numbers. This will be Joe Hafferty to take it, and he'll play it right back. And now it'll get around to Daniil. Played through, and they're going to get it through. Esai Eastley chasing it down, played right back to the top of the box, shot in a settle, and it's blocked away. And now the referee's going to immediately blow the whistle and stop the clock as there is a Lope down in the middle of the box. He's going to get right back up, I believe. Can't quite tell who that number is, but referee making sure he's okay after that block shot. So good defense again from the Lopes. They've played strong early on.
Well, Oregon State getting a couple of chances to get some touches inside the box. Scary situation for the Lopes right there, but it looks like he's okay.
That one from Logan to Yasuda, back to Aristotelos, and around for Barrio, who will now play Logan again. Logan to find Yasuda, but Yasuda was running by him as it's played behind and then off of Aristotelos and out of bounds. And now the Beavers will start it again. This will be Daniil once more for the Beavers to throw it in. He looks for Diaz, who can't quite get a settle on that one, and now here comes Aristotelos. Plays Rasmussen, who will swing it around for Austin Day on the far side. Day cuts back to the middle, now plays a long ball looking for Yasuda. Yasuda trying to run it down in the corner. He will, and it will not quite be saved as the assistant referee right there puts his flag up, and another goal kick coming for Oregon State. First 5 minutes now gone here in half number one. Both teams have had a little bit of possession. The Beavers with the only shot away so far, and it was right into the hands of Tesouris. And now the Beavers will play it all the way back for Fernandez. Here come the Beavers now. They'll have to stop, and it'll be taken away by the Lopes, and it'll be played all the way back to Tesouris in the 18-yard box. He'll get a touch, and now he will clear it away. And that'll be over the head of Barrio, and now Oregon State with another throw-in. So Oregon State will get one with Diaz right near the midfield stripe. They're going to throw it into the middle. Now they will play it back for cover. Stop and now play it back again. So the Lopes able to force Oregon State back for the time being, as Daniil plays it into the middle, and now back out for Alex Cover on the far side. Cover will go right into the middle and now find Daniil once more. He's going to bring it up. He's looking to play one through. He does on the near side, cross into the box off the hands of Tesouris, and it's going to get away for a rebound. That one's going to be out wide, and now the Lopes able to recover for a moment. Shot away off of Tesouris' hands, and it's cleared away by the Lopes. But not out of danger yet. Now a shot from distance is going to get wide, and the Lopes will get a goal kick and a chance to catch their breath.
The Lopes can breathe a sigh of relief there. Oregon State coming on strong offensively. George Tesouris with a nice save with that corner kick on the far side. Oregon State's done a nice job at finding that corner here on the near side, setting themselves up for the attack, but the Lopes defense, like we said in the pregame, has to step up tonight. They've stepped up through the first 7 minutes in this one.
And normally, Tesouris doesn't allow a lot of rebounds, but had 2 on that one play right there. So Lopes have to be careful, and the defense was all over both of those rebounds, able to get it away. And now the ball is near the 18-yard box of the Beavers, and the Lopes going to apply some pressure. This one gets all the way back into the middle of the box, and now it'll be cleared away for a moment, and it's through. Oregon State still with possession. Able to make a turn and find Diaz now. Diaz has a lot of time and space. Diaz will play one back to that corner, cross in over everybody's head, but it'll find the trailer who will play it back to the middle, and it'll be deflected up in the air and out of bounds for a corner kick for the Beavers. And now the Lopes will have to get set to defend a dangerous chance for Oregon State.
What do you think the Lopes defense is going to adapt and adjust to that corner spot on the near side for Oregon State? It seems to be their sweet spot in the first 7.5 minutes or so, setting themselves up for the attack. See if the Lopes defense can stop them right here as well on the other side of the field for this corner kick.
Corner kick now comes into the middle, and it's by everybody, but here comes the rebound. And it'll be played back in, and it's a high one to the back post. Cleared away. Still in danger. Lopes trying to get it out. Applying pressure on Oregon State now. Far side, GCU able to get it back, and now a push, and the GCU Lopes will get a free kick in that far side corner as Tesorius will get set to send it away.
Well, George, Tesorius has got to be happy here. Gets a little break there from the surging Oregon State offense. We mentioned 4 goals in the last game, and really on the attack, putting all pressure on George Tesorius on the near side in Lopes territory. Kicks that one back to midfield, gives himself a bit of a rest. We'll see.
Eastley will be able to play it out wide for Aguas, who will play it for Wilton. A little bit behind Yasuda, and it gets out of bounds. And an Oregon State throw-in. That one will get back to Adrian Fernandez, who will play it out wide for cover. And now Oregon State playing with it in the back, and here comes Daniil out wide for Diaz. Diaz back to Daniil now with the return pass, and he's going to switch fields, send it all the way across, and Oregon State's going to start an attack from on the far side. Cutting back into the middle and now playing one to the corner. They like this near side corner so far as they cut back to the middle. Little drop pass up top for Armas, who will play it over the head of Austin Day, and it'll get out of bounds. And the referee will say it took a deflection, and we're going to get another Beaver corner kick. So the Beavers get their second corner kick of the game. Just 10.5 minutes into this one. They've had the ball for the majority of the time so far. As the referee blows his whistle, and we are ready for this corner kick, as that one will be played with the outswinger. Flag is up for a goal kick. Whether or not we get a goal kick or a throw-in will be the question. It's going to be a goal kick, says the referee, as he gets the assistant gets his attention, and now Tessa Reese will set it up. As you saw, the flag immediately go up on the in-swinging ball from that corner kick, as it must have started out of play before coming back in. So a good call, but now almost a turnover on the goal kick, and Coach Hyman not happy with his sophomore goalkeeper about that one. As Aguas will get ready to throw it in now for GCU. It'll be deflected off the head of Yasuda, and now all the way back to the awaiting Fernandez, who has yet to face a shot from GCU. Now Fernandez right in line with that defense as he plays that one. He's got to be careful about a possible quick turnover. Now looking to play on the near side again is Oregon State. They do. That ball stays in play. Now move around, but Aguas able to beat him, make a move now, and another move back outside, looking to get it away. That time he'll be able to, as it gets to Wilton off his chest, and a free kick coming forward. The Lopes, as Wilton got held from behind.
Well, nice adjustment there from the Lopes defense, figuring out that Oregon State routine, trying to find themselves in the corner for the attack right there to put an end to it, as we get a goal kick here. As the Lopes have not really given Adrian Fernandez any threats so far here in the first 12 minutes and 55 seconds. We'll see if they can put something together here offensively.
As the referee would stop that quick free kick from being taken, as he was telling Stefan Eads that he needed to respect the 10 yards and give the Lopes a little bit more space on free kicks, as now it'll get back to Tesori's, who will boot it away looking for Yasuda. As he's now controlled by Aguas on the near side. He's going to cut back, play for Isai Easley, who will look for Andreu, who can't get it to him, and now the Beavers will retake possession. Rasmussen good pressure, but the Beavers able to get it away. Ball played through now. Austin Day looking to run it down. It's cut back into the middle, and now it'll be cleared away by Isai Easley, who takes a big shot from Stefan on that clearing attempt, and another corner coming for the Beavers. Both hands go up, and another corner kick, the third, in fact, for the Beavers, as that one will get cleared away, as all of the Lopes were in on that defensive corner clearance, as that one's going to get back to Fernandez, and the Lopes will have to reset their shape on this one.
Well, Oregon State's defense doing a great job at keeping a simple pace of play here defensively, not really giving the Lopes any chances in their own territory to this point, as it's been all about Oregon State's offense trying to put one through the goal against George Tesori's on the other side.
And now Oregon State looking to start another attack, and a little 1-2 passing, and now to get back on the drop to the midfield. Now played back up, looking to go to the far side, but Aristotelos is right there to play Andreu, who will play to Soris, who is able to boot it away, as is looking for Burt Wilton to try and run it down over the top. Wilton does a good job, but can't quite get around the Beavers' defense, and now they're going to get another throw in. Right into Diaz, who will have to drop it back for Daniil, who looks to make a move around Yasuda, and he does. Back to Diaz. Diaz looking to cut to the middle. He can't. Aristotelos doing a good job to stay on that one, and he's pulled down, and now the whistle blows. And the Lopes are going to get a free kick in a good spot here. They can set something up and try and get some service into the box and really test Fernandez for the first time here in the first 15 minutes.
Well, this will be definitely, like you just said, Kyle, the first opportunity where the Lopes can actually get it inside the box to potentially threaten Adrian Fernandez here.
So now the second time the referees had to warn one of the Beavers players about distance, as you see him pull out the spray foam for the wall, and he also waved off. So that's probably everybody's final warning on the distance, as Yasuda will run by. It'll be Rasmussen to serve it up. He'll throw one into the box. It'll be deflected away by the Beavers. Just for a moment back in the middle. Played in by Logan. He's going to look to run it down on the clearance, as that one's going to get by Rasmussen. And now it's played up with Oregon State. Drop pass there, and Aristotelos, or Andreu, will throw a good shoulder in and pick up a foul, as a quick free kick taken by Oregon State into that near corner, cross in over the head of Tesori's, out of play. Goal kick coming. And after that foul from Andreu, number 8, Javier Armas, is still down. He finally back up to his feet now. He took a big shot from Andreu on that good hard challenge, but it was just from behind, so the referee had to give the foul, and he did. And now Tesori's will send it away to the sideline, but it'll get out of bounds, and Oregon State's going to take back over.
Well, you can't be happy about that if your coach Shella Simon puts Oregon State right back in enemy territory, setting themselves up and see if they go back into that corner on the near side. I mentioned it earlier, it's been their sweet spot so far here in the first 15 minutes, setting up on the other side here, just trying to regroup, trying to re-strategize, seeing what they can do differently here. As we have mentioned, as much as Oregon State has threatened early on in this game, they haven't scored. The Lopes defense has held them at bay thus far. Here they are in the corner
There it is,
again.
into the corner, but played back into the top of the box to Andreu, who gets it away. Looking for Yasuda. It'll be intercepted by Daniil. Back to Andreu, who avoids a challenge that time and gets a big touch away, and it'll get back all the way to Adrian Fernandez. And the Oregon State defense will start us off once more here from the back as Daniil has it on the near side. He's going to give a little drop pass back, and it'll swing around Fernandez. And Oregon State will move it up just a little bit. This is Armas now. Armas back into the corner. Isai Easley wants an offside flag. He's not going to get it, and now that one will get out of bounds. And a goal kick coming from the referee as he makes the call. After a couple appeals from both sides, the Lopes will win that one for the time being. Let's see if Tesor Reese can get something going now for the Lopes. This out wide for Aguas. Gets out of bounds. Aguas just plays it off the Beaver defender, and now he will get set to throw it in. Looking for Yasuda, gets over his head, and Yasuda took a shot to the face on that one, and now gets out of bounds. Oregon State's going to keep possession. It'll be Daniil to throw it in for the Oregon State Beavers, and now they'll look for somebody to pass to, and he's going to go over top for the middle, and now Oregon State's going to have to get a little drop pass back. All the way swung around now, back into the middle. Oregon State threatening once again. Big turn, a shot on the ground. Tesor Reese is there to make the stop, and the Lopes will get another chance to reset on this one.
Well, the Lopes defense doing a solid job there, not letting Oregon State get back to that corner spot where they can attack. Oregon State having no choice but to kick from outside the box there. All George Tesorius had to do was lean a little bit to his left, or excuse me, a little bit to his right for that save. As the Lopes, again, just trying to figure out something offensively, trying to get the ball back in Oregon State territory.
They had it for a moment and then turned it over, and now this is Diaz on the near side. He'll end up playing it back to his buddy Daniil, as they've had a lot of passes between the two of them so far in the first 20 minutes of play. And it gets all the way around. Now looking for Yeats in the middle. They can't get it to him. Lopes will have it for the time being with Andreu, who gets it back to Tesor Reese, as now he's being pressured and he has to get it away from Yeats quickly, and he does. And a dangerous play. You don't necessarily want to see your goalkeeper have to work with his feet like Tesor Reese did just now. And now it's back into the middle for Marios Andreu, who gets it all the way back for Isai Easley, who will play it up to Ariel Aguas, and he will start us off again. Looking for a runner, and him and Wilton had a little bit of miscommunication, and it gets back to Adrian Fernandez, who will play it up, and Oregon State takes back over. Oregon State will play with it in the back for the time being, looking to get some movement around and spread this Lopes defense back out and try and get another quality attack. Played into the middle. Rasmussen will win it back. Here is Hugo Logan looking for Rasmussen again. Can't get it to him, as now Oregon State will have to clear, and now the Lopes will get a throw in front of the Havocs, who have been a little bit too quiet for my liking so far, Jack.
Yeah, I'd say the same, Kyle. I mean, they really haven't had anything to get into as of late. I mean, the Lopes offense has not been, or hasn't yet to get going so far against this Oregon State defense, who's coming into this one, like you mentioned, averaging only 1 goal allowed in their first 4 games, 4 goals allowed overall this season. So the Havoc faithful just looking for something to stand up for here. Lopes trying to get it deep back into Beavers territory yet again, and still scoreless tie in this one. Lopes defense has done a tremendous job. You can see the Havocs there, still on their feet, just haven't had anything to scream for yet. But George Tesori is doing a great job defensively for the Lopes with the amount of pressure that's been put on him in the first 22 minutes.
So Oregon State makes a substitution, and the Lopes have possession and start us right back off, but they're going to have to find something. They get it in the middle. It's played back, but too far for Rasmussen. As you can see, he's unhappy with that one, as that would have turned into a quality Lopes chance that have been few and far between early on. And now Oregon State will start in the back once again, as that one will get by Yasuda for Diaz. Crespo calling for the long ball. Diaz isn't going to give it to him. So he'll give it back to Daniil. And Daniil will reset and swing it all the way back and around, and they switch fields, and now it'll get to the far side, and now Oregon State looking to get something going in the corner. They're going to go hard to the middle, get it through, and they do. Tesorius out to challenge and kicks it away. Good job by George Tesorius, and now the Lopes have it deep in the corner. They have to get it out of play. They do, and Oregon State throw in coming. Joe Hafferty will get set to throw it in on the far side for Oregon State, and they're going to line up for a big throw, and it looks like they're all crowding that near post. Hafferty's going to go with the flip throw right into the middle, right at the penalty spot. It's headed away by the Lopes, and now Yasuda will win it back, and now the Lopes have a quick counter coming. Yasuda's going to stop, and that one will get out of play, and a throw in coming for Tosh Yasuda and the Lopes, as he had a couple of players forward trying to get it long, unable to do so, and now Aguas will throw it in.
Well, Tosh thought he had a breakaway there for a moment, thought better of it, tried to adjust on the run, but just couldn't keep it going there, as we'll see what the Lopes have right here as in the near corner on the near side.
Offside flag goes up on Hugo Logan, and now Oregon State will get a free kick. They're going to go quick, and the ball is back in play. Fernandez plays it out wide, and they're going to give it right back into the middle, as it'll get out to Daniil. Daniil plays it into the middle, and now good pressure from Hugo Logan, as almost forced a turnover on that one, but the Beavers able to control and repossess, and now we'll start it back with Adrian Fernandez. Fernandez going to go long, looking for Adrian Crespo in the middle. He'll get off of Aguas and Isai Easley, and now a shot from Crespo high, and George Tesorius will get another goal kick.
Well, Oregon State just trying to take a chance there. Unable to make solid contact, as Tesorius will just kick it away here. Again, another threat for Oregon State, whichever way you look at it. Lopes still looking to put some pressure on Fernandez on the other side.
So this is Aguas now looking for Yasuda. It'll get deflected away by Daniil, and now Yasuda will take a couple steps back just to please the referee on where that ball went out of play. And now he'll give it off to Ariel Aguas. And now the referee is going to tell him no farther. Aguas will throw it in. He gets it through to the corner. This is Aristotelos. Plays it in, and now it'll be cleared away. And a big shot on Andreu. He's still down. He took a hard fall. No whistle on the stoppage as Oregon State has possession. Shot away. It's high and wide. And now the referee is going to blow the whistle before we get this one. And a big collision at midfield, as the referee is going to send both teams to their benches to get some water while we check on Marios Andreu. He's now able to get to his feet. Good sign on that one, as the trainer will talk to him.
Well, late call there from the referee. Heard the Havocs there. We're disappointed in that. Didn't get a call. Late call on that. Andreu looks to be fine here as he gets some water on the sidelines. We'll see what the protocol here is, if they need to take him out, or if he's ready to go, ready to stay in this game. A nice little breather for both sides. Oregon State starting to get a little wild offensively, taking their shots, missing by a long shot on that last goal attempt against Tesorius. And the Lopes offensively just trying to get anything going from within inside the box, not really giving Adrian Fernandez anything to work with in the first 26 minutes of half number one. So we'll see what Coach Ellis Heidman has up his sleeve for his offense right here as they look to get going here in half number one.
So with this stoppage in play, both coaches going to get a chance to talk to their teams. You don't get those very often in soccer, so you know both sides are going to take advantage of this one before the goal kick happens from George Tesorius. And Lopes trying to make some adjustments. They don't have any shots registered just yet, but 7 from Oregon State and 2 of them on goal, and both saved so far by George Tesorius. And you know, we talk about how good this Oregon State team is, Jack. We talked about it earlier, and they finished ranked 22nd in the top 25 poll last season and made the second round of the NCAA tournament.
Well, we were talking to Coach Ellis Heidman before the game, Kyle, about these next 2 matchups for the Lopes. Of course, the Beavers here tonight, first Pac-12 opponent ever for the Lopes. And then you got Virginia Tech on Tuesday, travel up to Blacksburg out in Virginia, ranked number 10 in the nation.
So Kissie's gonna get ready to check in on the next dead ball that the referee will allow him. So not on this one, as Tesorius will send it away, and it'll go right to Aguas, who gets a good head on it, but now Oregon State with it now as they turn it over to Logan. Rasmussen looking for Logan again, just misplayed it. Now Oregon State takes back over. They'll play Crespo on the near side. He has Diaz, but he's gonna drop it back to Daniil, and they're gonna go all the way back and reset it in the back now and swing it all the way around. Switch fields now with the ball in the middle. They're looking to play through the middle again, but Tesorius is right there. He'll scoop it up, and we'll start something for the Lopes. He's going to throw it out wide to Aguas, who's going to try and cut back, but can't. He's getting held. No whistle, and now a shove. And now the foul coming. Play back for Esai Easley, and the Lopes are going to reset it all the way into the box with George Tesorius, who will play it out wide for Nick Barrero. Now back for Aristotelos and Esai Easley. Easley's going to dribble it up a little bit and now play Aguas on the near sideline, who will play Wilton in the middle. Yasuda gets a little 1-2 pass back to Wilton, and now here come the Lopes with a cross into the box on the ground. It gets through a couple players, but the Beavers able to clear it away, and that's the second quality chance that the Lopes have had here in the first 27 minutes.
Oh, it was a nice pass by Wilton inside the box. Lopes trying to cut off the defense of Oregon State, but just couldn't beat him to the punch as they look to regroup here on offense. But it's good to see the Lopes offense putting some pressure on Fernandez. We haven't seen it in the first 25 minutes. A good testament right there as to what we'll see in these next 20 minutes before half number one comes to an end.
So Oregon State has it in the back with the defense as they're going to play it up, and they're going to get a pass through as they're going to carry it down the sideline, play it into the corner as Austin Day is going to be able to run it down, cut back, but Oregon State's going to get a steal. And now they have a chance, but it'll be deflected out of bounds. And a corner kick coming for Oregon State. It's going to be their fourth. Calvin Kissing just still waiting on the side waiting to come into this one. So he's hoping for a goal kick after this corner so he can get into the game. Lopes looking to just get this one out of pressure. Corner kick comes in. It'll be played all the way to the backside. Headed back into the middle, cleared away by the Lopes, and now it'll be put back into play as Tesorius will let that one travel out of bounds, and now Calvin Kissy will get to come into this one.
Well, once again, you see the Beavers threatening on offense in Lopes territory, but getting a little bit messy offensively as well, not really finding their stride. We saw in the first 10 minutes putting a ton of pressure on George Tesorius from in that corner on the near side, setting them up inside the box, kind of just messing around at this point, trying to find anything going, as this Lopes defense has really stepped up here in the first half hour.
So Kissy in for Wilton at the top, and he'll play in the middle of that offensive attack. And now Beavers able to get it through a couple of Lopes players, and now they have it in the box again. Played that one into the middle, shot away. Tesorius is there to make the save. And another corner coming for the Beavers.
We'll see if George Tesorius got a hand on this one. Oregon State threatening yet again. It seems like every 60 seconds or so, Oregon State's inside the box, putting some pressure on George Tesorius. As we'll take a look at it one more time on the replay. Another great pass from the near side in that corner. George Tesorius barely able to get a finger on that one to swat it away. As we'll see another corner kick here from OSU, just trying to once again put some pressure on Tesorius.
And bodies all over the place in the middle of that 6-yard box in front of Tesorius, but the Lopes able to get away. Yasuda with some speed. He's got Kissy. It's a 2-on-1 for the Lopes. Plays it in the middle, looking for Kissy, headed away. And now Logan back on the ball for GCU. He'll play Yasuda in the middle. Great pass from Logan. Yasuda looking for Rasmussen. It's played well behind him, but he'll be able to run it down and now start one again. Cross into the middle. Nobody home, just over the head of Kissy and a little bit too far in front of Hugo Logan. And now Oregon State able to clear it away, but the Lopes did a great job to quickly counter on that attack.
Well, we saw a little bit earlier in the game, Kyle, Yasuda trying to break away, thought better of it and held up, ended up hurting the Lopes offensively. But Logan finding space down the near side there, getting the pass off to Yasuda just inside the box, but the Lopes unable to come away. We mentioned this great defense for Oregon State stepping up yet again.
Oregon State with it now. Lopes looking to force a turnover. Kissy will corral it. He'll find Logan in the middle. Logan able to make a move around his defender and get free, looking for someone to pass to. Nobody was there, as it'll get back to Day, and now Andreu in the middle. Andreu gonna have to drop it all the way back for Nick Barrero, who will swing it around to Isai Easley, who will play it to Aguas on the near side. Aguas looking for Yasuda. It's gonna get through. He's onside. Yasuda looking to run it down. He cannot. The pass just too far in front of him. Then he'll get out of bounds for a goal kick. And now number 27, Ray Gatan, gonna get ready to check in for GCU. He'll come in for Rasmussen, and he'll play on the far side of the top for the Lopes on that far side attack. Fernandez is going to send that one deep, but Barrero able to get ahead to it and get it out wide, as Andreu gonna win that one, and it stays in bounds. He's able to stay on it again, but it's cleared away. Oregon State's gonna get a whistle, and now the referee's gonna bring that one all the way back for the foul. And he's gonna call Andreu over. That is his final warning, so the next foul on Marios Andreu is more than likely going to draw a yellow card. So Oregon State will have to reset. They do so in the back with the defense, as they have done so far in the first 34 minutes, and now they'll play it into the corner, and another attack coming for the Beavers. That one played in, and it'll be off the foot of Isai Easley out of bounds. Now the 6th corner of the game and of the half will come for the Beavers. They have had every single corner so far here in the first 34 minutes. They have a man short just in case. Ball played into the box. It'll be punched away by Tesorius, but not very far, and now headed away. Tesorius is down. He draws a foul. And he's going to get right back up, and a good sign for GCU.
We better hope GCU's offense starts stepping up in a big way here. George Tesorius getting batted around both metaphorically and physically here in half number 1. So you can see right there after that last corner kick. But George Tesorius, like we mentioned, really stepping up here in half number 1. Definitely the Lopes player of the half. As we'll see if the Lopes can keep this ball in Oregon State territory for the time being. It doesn't look like it, as Fernandez will kick it away.
He'll find Daniil, and now Daniil will play it in the middle. Logan's going to apply some pressure. As Catan, now the substitute on that far side, and there's a foul on Mario Sandreu. No card on that one, as he was making an attempt on the ball, so the referee going to let that one go, but he has to be extremely careful, as now here come the Beavers on that far side once again. Stop and play it back into the middle for Armas. Armas with a couple of good moves to get through, but nobody making a run, as Tesorius will be able to stop that one and get something going now for the Lopes. Just under 10 minutes now to play here in half number 1, as Tesorius is going to pick it up and throw it out wide now for Barrio. He plays Andreu, who will play for Isai Easley. And now for Aguas on the wing. Yes, here comes Tosh Yasuda. Yasuda will be able to find Aristotelos as he gets taken out, but referee says that one was all ball, and now here comes Oregon State. They're going to turn it right back over for Easley to Logan, back to Aguas. We'll take a touch and now play it up for Kissy. Looking to get that one through, cannot. Kissy still on the ball now. It's Yasuda. Yasuda stops, slides, no foul, as Lopes were looking for a foul call there, won't get it, as that's going to get all the way back to Tesorius. And now the Lopes will start it back again now. On the defensive side, it'll get to Austin Day, and the Lopes now picking up a little bit on the possession game, doing a good job of controlling it really for the first time in this half.
We'll see if it's going to be enough here. We mentioned on the pregame, Kyle, Lopes are going to have to score often in this one if they want a chance. They've done a solid job defensively, as it's held up this far, with Oregon State giving George Tesorius a ton of trouble in the first 37 minutes. The Lopes are definitely going to have to put some pressure on Fernandez here in the final 8 minutes of the first half, going into half number 2.
As Fernandez gets set for another goal kick. He'll find a man out wide with a lot of space in front of him. Cutting back into the middle now. Drop pass, swung around. This is Crespo on the near side. Crespo, a bad pass there, and Aguas able to take it away and clear it up the field, but only as far as Daniil. And the Lopes do a good job of forcing Oregon State all the way back. And we'll have a chance now to reset once again. That one's going to get through, but stopped by the Lopes. This one will find Aguas on the near side, and now Coach Heineman barking out some directions, looking to get his team forward with some numbers, as Isai Easley will play it across for Barrio. This will be Aguas who will turn it over, and now the Beavers have a chance, but it's turned right back over to the Lopes and Logan. He'll find Yasuda. He's on side. Here comes Tosh Yasuda down the near sideline. Yasuda will send it in. It bounces out in front of a couple of players, and now Gatan is right there to keep it in for the Lopes. He'll have to send a drop pass to Day, who sends it across the top of the box, as this will be Logan who will slide it away and just past Aristotelos. And now here comes Oregon State. Down the far side they come, looking to get a shot away, back into the middle, and the shot will be pulled high off a deflection, and the corner kick coming, their 7th of the half.
Well, Oregon State obviously starting to get a little impatient, Kyle. You saw in the first 10 minutes or so putting a ton of pressure on Stories, but being very calm, being very meticulous about how they operated their offense, finding that sweet spot on the near side corner. Over the past 20 minutes or so, you see them just getting riled up, trying to score as quickly as possible, not able to figure out this Lopes defense thus far, as they're going to get yet another corner kick here. We'll see if they find a way to be successful here. George Tesorius, we mentioned, getting roughed up physically on that last corner kick. We'll see what it's going to take him down here.
Corner kick comes in. It'll be right into the hands of Tesorius, and he can start something quickly for the Lopes. He's going to throw it all the way to the far side. Lopes looking to get on it. They do. They're going to win throw-in. This will be Day to throw it in. He'll find a teammate, and he'll get out of bounds off a Beaver defender. And once again, a Lopes throw-in coming on that far side. They're going to go long this time. That's for Kissy. He puts it back into the middle as Andrea with it now. Andrea will play Aguas on the near side. He'll look to send one in. He's going to look to beat a defender. He cannot. And it'll get right into the hands of Adrian Fernandez. And now the Beavers have another player down, as Fernandez will just boot that one out of play. And into the stands on the near side. As 2 more Lopes getting ready to check in. It'll be Marlon Atondo, number 12, and Tyler Hughes, number 8. So they'll check in for Tosh Yasuda. And Austin Day are the 2 that will come out for GCU, as team's going to get another chance at a water break with 4 minutes left here in the first half, as Oregon State player now back to his feet. Good sign to see. That was Arnaud Daniil, who was the player down for Oregon State. Looks like he's going to walk off to the sideline. So referee getting everybody back out onto the field and reset. As Hughes will throw it in, and Andre is going to play it back to Adrian Fernandez as Daniil comes right back onto the field of play. So good to see that he's all right and able to continue on here, at least for the final 4 minutes of half number 1. And we'll see if we get any more attacks, as here comes Oregon State. This is Diaz with it now. He's going to stop, try and get around Tyler Hughes, who just checked into the game. He'll be forced back to drop it to Daniil. And now back into the middle, and here comes Oregon State. They're going to look to play that far side corner again, but stepped in front of, as Gatan does a good job to win it. And now it'll be played up long for Kissy, looking to get it through, but it'll end up bouncing right to Fernandez, who's playing well outside that 18-yard box. And he was in a good spot to clear that one away, and now Daniil will give it right back to him. Now Oregon State with it again, as it'll get out of bounds and a throw in for them, as that took a deflection off of GCU, and Oregon State will look to start another attack on that far sideline. They'll get it in and have to play it all the way back to midfield and the defense. And now swing it around for Daniil. Now Oregon State has it. Still in their defensive half, but now they'll cross the midfield stripe and look to get it over Aguas, who's going to head it behind him out of bounds as Crespo looks to take a quick throw in. Waiting for a couple of teammates as Adrian Crespo will hold. And now he'll throw it in. It'll get to Armas, who will play it out of bounds. Now the Lopes take over on their own defensive half with just under 2 minutes to play now. Aguas will throw it in. He'll throw a high one to Kissy. It'll bounce over his head, and now Diaz will play with it, and it's headed away. Logan looking to get it to Gatan. He does. Gatan will have to hold, and will look to play Andreu, who will play it out wide all the way now. And the Lopes are going to start an attack. This will be Gatan with it once more. He will turn the corner, look to play it in. And now it's played in on the far side, looking for Kissy. It's over the head and over everybody. And the Lopes will have players still in the box as Aguas overruns that, but he'll be able to chase it back down, and he'll send one back in, looking for Kissy again, and it's headed away by the Beavers. We have 60 seconds remaining. Lopes take back over on the throw-in. They're going to play it in quickly. Aristotelos will play it over to Aguas, who will control and now play it for Tyler Hughes. Hughes stops, plays it in the middle. This is Hugo Logan now, drop pass for Aristotelos, who will get it to the far side, and it'll be crossed in again. Hughes looking to run onto it, cannot, shot away, it's in the back of the net, and the Lopes go up 1-0 on the Oregon State Beavers. That was Pambos Aristotelos with a rocket shot from the top of the box.
Well, Adrian Fernandez has not been threatened all night long, Kyle. The Havocs were just itching to get onto their feet, as we'll see our first thunderclap of the night here with about 25 seconds to play in half number one. That looked to catch Adrian Fernandez a little bit off guard. Thought that one was way over the net.
That one caught me off guard a little bit, Jack, as the Lopes score with just 25 seconds remaining in half number one. Go ahead and take a look at this replay. It just bounced to him, and it hit the bottom of the crossbar and found the back of the net. And with one shot now for the Lopes, one on goal and one in the back of the net. So a good shooting percentage from them now. Oregon State looking to counter, 9 seconds remaining in half number one. Lopes are gonna have to defend for another 5. And some way, somehow, the Lopes, who have had minimal attacking and have been on their heels and had to play defense for pretty much the majority of that first half, are all of a sudden up 1-0 on a team that is almost in the top 25. They received a couple of votes this week. And a good ending to the first half for GCU.
Well, it's kind of hard to explain, Kyle. Oregon State's offense was threatening George Tesorius and the Lopes defense from the get-go in this one, all over George Tesorius in the first 45 minutes in this one. Lopes not really getting anything going offensively against Fernandez. Come away with the goal with about 25 seconds to go in the half. You could see on the replay that one caught Fernandez a little bit off guard, hitting the top of the crossbar, as he figured that one was way over the net. Didn't really defend all that much, as it just squeaked in for the Lopes. As we mentioned on the pregame that they had to score often and score quick. Well, they didn't score quick, but they scored just enough in time to get that one in half number one and have themselves a lead going into half number two.
And a lead going into the half is anything you can ask for if you're GCU at this point. It gives you more momentum and higher morale going into half number 2. So again, just the one shot in the half for the Lopes that ended up being in the back of the net off a bad clearance attempt as the ball bounced around, and Aristotelos was just able to boot that one somehow from about 24, 25 yards away, and he finds the back of the net. So GCU up 1-0 over Oregon State. We'll be right back with more from halftime right here on GCU TV.
About time we watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
One more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
Canyon State Credit Union, a local credit union serving the Valley for over 65 years, can assist you in buying your first home, refinancing your current home, or if you're dreaming of a retirement home. Canyon State Credit Union can provide you with a fast and affordable solution that meets your needs. Let Canyon State Credit Union run the numbers on your dream. Visit canyonstatecu.org or call 623-580-6015 for more information. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. We do business in accordance with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, MLS number 410376.
When my hot water heater failed, she was pregnant, in-laws were coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
I'm Andrea, and I'm earning my PhD online at GCU. Pursuing my PhD online at Grand Canyon University is a huge investment into my future. I'm also learning critical thinking and problem-solving skills that I can apply to every facet of my life. When you are working, going to school, balance is key. I really try to practice what I preach to my students. As an online faculty member, I stress the importance of time management, and I demonstrate that by example. A Christian worldview is important to me in all facets of my life because it is a huge part of who I am. And I want to make sure I'm demonstrating that not only to my students, but to my children. I plant these seeds that when they're older, they're also demonstrating God's love through service. GCU's community is welcoming, whether you attend on campus, online, or in the evening. We are all one big family.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back to halftime here at the GCU Soccer Stadium. If you're just joining us, it is 1-0 Grand Canyon over the visiting Oregon State Beavers. And Jack, Lopes, not a lot of attack like we talked about, but they're up 1-0.
Absolutely no offense in the first 44.5 minutes or so. Those final 25 seconds, however, they get on the board. Caught Fernandez a little bit off guard as it hit the top post there, but the Lopes up 1-0. It's been a tremendous defensive outing for George Tesouris in this one. 3 saves right off the bat as OSU's offense has triggered him early and often in the first 45 minutes.
Oregon State had all of the attacks until the final 25 seconds, and sometimes it's not the team with the most chances at the end of the day. It's the team that is able to find the back of the net like the Lopes did, and we're going to go ahead and take you to our GCU Hotel halftime highlights.
Let's take a look at the first highlight here. We mentioned OSU's offense as Tesouris picked up his first save right off the bat there. Here's Air George one more time for save number 2 in the box. A little bit more of that GCU offense there as OSU comes away with solid defense. Save number 3 there for Tesouris. as OSU once again here finding that sweet spot like they did in the first 10 minutes in the corner on the near side as Tesorius gets a hand on that one to bat it away. As you take another look, Tesorius getting a little roughed up there physically on that corner kick, but here you go. The Lopes with 25 seconds to go. You see caught Fernandez off guard there. Didn't really make an attempt at it as he thought it was going to go over the net. You see the look of despair on his face as that ball goes into the back of the net for only his 5th goal allowed of the season. As the Lopes look to go into the final 45 minutes in this one with a 1-0 lead, just trying to score often like we mentioned to try and pick up a shocking victory here at home in front of the Havoc faithful.
And now we're going to go ahead take a look at the Canyon State halftime stats, brought to you by Canyon State Credit Union. And you see him on the board there. Lopes 1 goal, Oregon State none, and then shots, all Beavers, 10 total shots with 3 on goal, and then just 1-1 for the Lopes there. But Tesorius has all of the saves so far. Lopes have been offside once, and then the foul count 5-3 with Oregon State having the most in that category. So a pretty tame first half overall on that side. Nothing too serious yet.
Well, you take a look at those halftime stats, 10 total shots for OSU tells a story. They've been all over George Tesorius, the Lopes, with just 1 offensive shot. And it was their 1 goal against Fernandez to give them a 1-0 lead. So lopsided offensive play, but the Lopes some way, somehow have themselves a lead.
And now we got a special treat for everybody at home. We're going to go ahead with 2 truths and a lie with GCU's own Tosh Yasuda.
My name's Toshiki Yasuda, and my 2 truths and a lie are I'm half Japanese, I have 9.5 toes, and I have 3 sisters.
Well, I know he's half Japanese, I know his mom and I know his dad.
He's half Japanese, yes, I know he's half Japanese, he talks about it a lot.
Yeah, he only has, I think, 1 sister.
His lie is about having 3 sisters.
You have 3 sisters. I'm not sure about this one. Let me think about the last one. 9.5 toes.
Last preseason, I think he cut one of his toes.
I've seen Tosh's feet.
I know he has 9.5 toes for sure because I've seen his toes.
He was running and he
did lose half a toe from
running or something, and yeah, and
he says the story, but I think it's a lie. I don't really know.
He said that he ran with shoes, but nobody knows. Only he knows.
I actually have 2 sisters. That's the lie, and the truths are I'm half Japanese, and I actually do have 9.5 toes. How it happened is it's kind of up for debate between the team, but there's only one truth, and that's the real story, is that I was just jogging and I hit it on a piece of metal and it got cut off, so that's it.
So that was Tosh Yasuda with 2 truths and a lie. And Jack, you learn something new every day. I definitely did not think that he had 9.5 toes. He said he lost it in a jogging accident, kind of a weird way to do that.
Well, you said it right off the bat, Kyle, when we saw the footage. You thought that was immediately the lie. 9.5 toes, no way. But sure enough, you learn something new every day.
That's right, only 2 sisters. If you weren't paying that much attention, he said he had 3. Only 2 for Tosh Yasuda. And now it's time to check out the upcoming schedule, brought to you by BSN Sports.
Well, women's volleyball has their first home game of the season tomorrow night, 7 p.m. in the GCU Arena, off to a hot start, 5-1 on the season. Follows it up with 2 games on Saturday against UC Riverside at noon and San Diego State at 7 p.m. Should be a fun weekend there, as women's soccer is back home Sunday night as they take on North Dakota here at GCU Soccer Stadium at 7 p.m. right here on GCU TV.
And you mentioned the volleyball team, 5-1 start. That's the best start in Division I in their Division I era history. So we'll be on that one tomorrow. It'll be a fun 3 games for the volleyball team. They're looking forward to being back at home. I know GCU Arena is going to be rocking for those 3. And now we're going to go ahead, send it to tonight's Lopes Report with Montana Lambden.
There's tons of sports action going on this week. I'm Montana Lambden with this week's Lopes Report.
Men's head soccer coach Shellis Heineman received his 500th win at the home opener, GCU finishing 3-0. Coach Heineman became the 5th Division I coach in NCAA history to earn this recognition. Last Friday, the guys faced up against St. Mary's for the first time in program history, but fell 1-0 with a penalty kick goal in St. Mary's favor. The Lopes quickly recovered on Sunday, getting the victory over Santa Clara with a final score of 1-0. Sophomore Burt Wilton scored his second goal of the season. Goalkeeper George Tesouris was tested by 2 shots on goal in the 68th minute, but made the save to secure the win. This makes for Tesouris' second shutout of the season. Senior Elizabeth Balson was named WAC Cross Country Female Athlete of the Week after winning her first individual title of the season at the Cactus Open last Saturday. Balson earned her first place spot out of 31 runners with a time of 15 minutes and 57.3 seconds in a 2.7 mile course. Balson led her team to finish second overall after having a highly impressive junior season, winning the WAC championship and the NCAA West Regional in 2018. The women's volleyball team started their season off strong, sweeping the Northern Colorado Classic. They kept the streak going last weekend as the girls head to Spokane, Washington, where they defeated Gonzaga 3-1 on Friday night. This win marks the first time in program history to defeat the Bulldogs, who won the first 3 meetings. You know that had to feel good. The girls won the third set 25-14, but dropped the final 2 36-34 and 15-12. It was a tough loss for the Lopes, but the girls got back on their feet and had a 3-set sweep of Montana on Saturday to close out the tournament. Junior Sarah Hagge was named to the all-tournament team after 28 kills and 6 blocks. And we're excited because women's volleyball is finally at home after starting their season on the road. They will host the GCU Invitational this weekend. Their games will start Friday evening at 7 p.m. facing up against Eastern Washington. You can also look to see the women's soccer at home Sunday at 7 facing up against North Dakota. I'm Montana Limden. This was this week's Lopes Report.
About time we watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. We want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
Came through dripping. Diamonds on my wrist, they dripping. Ice. Came through dripping.
Mountain Dew Ice, a clear, refreshing lemon lime dew.
We needed one more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
Canyon State Credit Union, a local credit union serving the Valley for over 65 years, can assist you in buying your first home, refinancing your current home, or if you're dreaming of a retirement home. Canyon State Credit Union can provide you with a fast and affordable solution that meets your needs. Let Canyon State Credit Union run the numbers on your dream. Visit canyonstatecu.org or call 623-580-6015 for more information. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. We do business in accordance with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, MLS number 410376.
When my hot water heater failed, she was pregnant, in-laws were coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
Welcome back to GCU Soccer Stadium, just under 30 seconds before the start of the second half, where you have the GCU Lopes leading 1-0 over the Beavers of Oregon State. And Jack, we talked about it at the start of this game how tough Oregon State was going to be, and they definitely proved that through the first 44.5 minutes.
Although the Lopes are up 1-0 in this one, Kyle, don't let it deceive you. This OSU offense has been tremendous, really putting the pressure on George Tesoris with those 3 saves. Haven't gotten anything through as up to this point, but have really kept the Lopes offense at bay as well. Haven't really given them any chances inside the box except for those 25 seconds right before the half, where Fernandez just got caught off guard with that goal to give the Lopes a 1-0 lead. Just trying to do more of the same here in half number 2. Not really trying to change much defensively, because they really did a nice job against the Lopes offense, and offensively just trying to gather an attack inside the box and try and catch George Tesoris off guard, which they have not been able to do as of to this point with those 3 saves like I mentioned.
No, Tesoris all over the place in half number 1, having to make a total of 4 saves with that in the first half. And then of course we're talking to Coach Hyman before the game like we talked about earlier, and he was talking about how he likes to set his teams up with tough opponents in tough conferences like the Pac-12 and Oregon State. Of course, this being the first time the Lopes have ever faced a Pac-12 opponent. And then on Tuesday, the Lopes hit the road to face their first ever ACC opponent in Virginia Tech. And the rest of this schedule features 4 teams that advanced to the NCAA tournament last year, and 3 of those 4 finished the season in the top 25.
Well, we're definitely going to figure out how good this Lopes team really is. You mentioned in the pregame that number 8th ranked team, St. Mary's, a 1-0 loss on that penalty kick. The Lopes defense really shining on the road in that game. Just lose a tough one late via penalty kick. Up 1-0 in this one. The way Oregon State's offense has played, and as you mentioned, next Tuesday night at Virginia Tech, it's going to be a good one.
Whistle sounds. Half number 2 is underway at GCU Soccer Stadium as the Lopes will start us off this time with possession, and they're going to see if they can add on to that 1-0 lead early on here in half number 2, as they'll have it with Tyler Hughes down that far side. It'll look for Kissy. It'll be right back to Hughes looking for Kissy again. It'll get out of bounds. Lopes will keep possession. Lopes will throw it in on that far side. Looking for Kissy. It's going to get by him, and appealing for a corner kick. He's not going to get it. It's going to be a goal kick for Oregon State. So Adrian Fernandez plays it in, and it'll get to the middle for Armas, but taken away by the goal scorer, Pambos Aristotelos. Makes a move around Armas, looking to stay with it. He does. Good job there. Gonna look for Gatan. Gatan into the middle, shot away by Hughes. It'll be popped up and cleared away to the top of the box. This is Logan getting a touch, looking for Aristotelos, and it's cleared away by the Beavers.
Well, Aristotelos trying to get a foot in there, but blocked there by the Beavers defense. Lopes getting a shot off in Oregon State's box right out of the get-go here in the second half. We did not see that in half number 1, so things starting to look up offensively for the Lopes, even though, again, they're up 1-0 in this game. They're trying to figure out that OSU defense as well.
So Cover will throw it in for the Beavers on that near side, and now they're going to let that one bounce through, and they're going to reset. That one gets all the way back to the end line for Adrian Fernandez, who will have to clear it away. Now, into the middle with it now are the Beavers, and they're going to look to get something going. This is Joel Walker on the near side now for Oregon State. Looking to get a return pass. Isn't going to get it. Good defense there from Andreu, who gets it to Logan. Now looking for Calvin Kissy, who gets back on side just in time. He'll run it down on that far sideline, looking for Marios Andreu now. Andreu looking to play Logan. It's going to be behind him, and now Oregon State able to get it out of harm's way for a moment. And now they're going to play it right back into the box on the defensive side. Looking to clear, they do, but it'll get right to Atondo, who's going to head it away for Hugo Logan.
Well, Andreu had the right idea there. Logan is not in position. OSU trying to get that ball back into their own territory, but the Lopes doing a solid job keeping it back in OSU territory. As you see the foul there, keeping things in Lopes territory.
And you know, you almost have to foul on that one after a beautiful move from Hugo Logan that saw him nutmeg his defender and almost spin out of harm's way. So trying to make up for it with a foul, and now the Lopes in a good spot to add on to this lead. It will be Aristotelos now looking to get an assist on this one. He'll serve it up. Looking for Kissy, it bounces out to him. Kissy will have a shot and it'll get deflected away right to Ray Gatan. And Gatan, now the cross, gets out of play. The Lopes will get their first corner of the game, as the other 7 have all gone to Oregon State. Pambos Aristotelos will also run all the way across the field now to take the corner kick for GCU, as they have 8 players in the middle of the, or 7 players in the middle of the box, with 1 sitting at the top of that penalty arc. Played in, looking for a touch, won't get it, and now this will be Hughes looking to get it away. It'll be deflected out, and now back into the middle as Kissy gets ahead to it. But it'll get to Oregon State, and now coming flying in is Aguas, able to get it up. Aristotelos is going to get whistled for a foul, and now Oregon State's going to go quickly. Or now they will just reset it. They were looking to go quickly, but the Lopes did a good job to not allow that. And they have been all over Oregon State just in the first 5 minutes now of half number 2. Aristotelos trying to run him down, looking to feed one through the middle. Good defense from the Lopes to get it away. And now Kissy's going to get called for the offsides. Kissy couldn't quite make it back into that onside position before the ball was played to him. So unfortunate there for the Lopes, but now Oregon State's going to look to play it back. And now it'll be slide tackled away and out of bounds by Aguas on that far side. Oregon State will switch fields now with Alex Cover, who will play one into the middle, and now Oregon State has a chance. It's played all the way across, and it's cleared away. We're gonna get a goal kick for GCU.
Well, a golden opportunity there for Oregon State. George Tesorius and the Lopes defense getting away with one there. Adrian Crespo in on the inner half on the near side in the box with a perfect pass to Eric Diaz. Diaz just not in position there. Not great timing for the Beavers, allowing that one to get out of play. Good conversation there between Tesorius and the referee.
I believe the referee just warning him about taking too much time on these kicks. So now he'll boot one deep. Oregon State's going to get it back. Aristotelos trying to get a foot in there, but kept in by Armas, and now they'll play it back to the defensive side and get something going here in the middle. Atondo steps in, does a good job to intercept that one, and now looking to get it up for Calvin Kissy, who will keep that one in play. And now Kissy looking to make a move. He'll get back to Fernandez. Lopes are going to pressure, and that one's played on the ground dangerously, but away. And now Oregon State has another chance to counter. That one's right at Hughes, and he'll get it right back off the deflection. Now the Lopes will win it back, as this will be Tyler Hughes playing it back to Nick Barrero, looking for Hugo Logan, won't get to anybody, and Oregon State takes back over. Barrios Andreu is down in the middle of the field for the Lopes.
Go ahead.
And now the training staff for the Lopes is going to run onto the field. And they will tend to Marios Andreu.
Well, not a good sign here for the Lopes, as looked like Andreu wasn't going to be able to get to his feet, but hops up rather quickly there. We'll see if he feels good to continue in this one. Feels it out for a moment, and it looks like he's going to try and stay in this one.
So the referee's going to tell him he's got to take a step off the field since the training staff had to come on. So as soon as the referee gives him the okay to come back on, he will. And Oregon State's going to start with it on the reset. Whistle blows, and we are back underway here in half number 2 as Oregon State will start with it. And they will switch fields for Diaz on that far side. That is the side of the field they like to play on with Diaz and Crespo. That's what they really hammered home in the first 20-something minutes. And now a foul coming on Calvin Kissy. So Jeffall will get set to take it for Oregon State as the referee pulls out the spray foam once again. Tesori sets his wall, and now the Lopes set to defend this free kick. Played up, and that one by everybody. Goal kick coming for George Tesori.
Well, you can already see the biggest difference in this half from half number 1, Kyle. The Lopes putting pressure on OSU's defense right away and putting some pressure on Fernandez. Well, George Tesori hasn't really had to deal with too much so far here in the first 7 minutes from OSU's offense.
So Oregon State wins it back at midfield. And now they'll get something started once again. And now a collision between 2 players and a stoppage. And now a yellow card coming on GCU. And I believe that is Ray Gatan who will pick that card up. Another free kick coming for Oregon State. Rasmussen gets set to check on for GCU, but not just yet as the referee blows his whistle. And I think Coach Hyman wanted to get Gatan off the field after picking up that yellow. And now it will be an Oregon State throw. Cover will switch sides of the field and send it all the way across. Here come the Beavers. This will be Diaz. That ball stays in bounds somehow. Good job by both players on that far side as Easley gets it away but turns it over to Oregon State. Oregon State's going to settle things down just a little bit. Switch fields back now for Alex Cover. He'll play one into the middle. That one's going to find its way back to the defense of Oregon State, find the other side of midfield, and now the Lopes able to push up just a little bit and reset themselves, and now a foul coming on Barrio. As the referee will pull out the spray foam again and make sure everybody is in the correct spots. As now both teams with 6 fouls on the game. And Oregon State will set up in a prime spot here. You gotta be careful of a shot attempt as this one's taken from the middle of the field so he can go anywhere he wants. They're gonna send one over top of the ball. That one will be a shot that gets deflected in the 8th corner of the game coming for Oregon State.
Well, nice idea there from Oregon State, just unable to get it off. And just trying to revert back to what they did in half number 1, trying to put a ton of pressure here on Georgia Tesori. Just, again, they're only down by 1. Defense continues to shine, only allowing 3 shots off from GCU. And they're going to get another chance with a corner kick here.
8th corner of the game for the Beavers. They'll send that one in. It'll get over everybody's head, and now GCU is going to get possession back. And now Rasmussen will get to come on for the Lopes and Ray Gatan. It'll be Marlon Atondo to take the throw in on the near side for the Lopes. Going to be looking for Rasmussen. He's going to get ahead to it. Now looking to run it down is Logan, as that one will be popped up in the air to midfield. Rasmussen looking to get back on it. Oregon State going to get there first, and now looking to play Walker on the near side. Walker's got some speed. He finds the middle of the field, going to play it in the middle. Nobody there. Oregon State bench wants a foul, not going to get it, and now here come the Lopes. This is Rasmussen. He'll play Logan. Logan's going to get around his defender and now look to stay on the ball. He does. No whistle there. Logan gets up with the ball. He's going to spin, cut to the middle, and that time the Lopes bench wanted a foul. Not going to get it as that ball goes past Tyler Hughes and out of bounds, and now Oregon State will take back over.
Well, nice job there offensively from Hugo Logan, expecting the foul there on that push, gets up right away and continues on with the play like nothing happened. Unfortunately, things not going the Lopes' way here as OSU once again just trying to get back into Lopes territory, trying to put some more pressure on George Tesouris.
So both defenses get away with probably 2 fouls on that one. You could probably have made a case for both. So no harm, no foul done. And Oregon State picks back up with it on that far side. Gonna go for Crespo, who was looking for Diaz. That one's gonna be cleared away, looking for Kissy. He's gonna run it down. He's got Rasmussen trailing him. Kissy gonna go to the corner, gets bumped off the ball just a little bit, but stays with it now. Struggling to stay on his feet, he does. Now we'll turn it over, but the referee's gonna overrule his assistant, and the Lopes stay on the ball. Good referee there from the center, as he told his assistant that he saw the ball go out of bounds on Oregon State last. So the Lopes in a quality position now on this throw-in to get something going. It'll be Aguas who will be the one to throw it in for GCU as Burt Wilton gets ready to check back in for the Lopes on the next dead ball. Good throw from Aguas, looking for Kissy, gets one in the middle, looking for Rasmussen, not gonna get there, headed away only as far as Atondo, who will play it for Pambos Aristotelos. He'll send one in. It'll get by everybody, but Aguas was there after he threw that last ball in to cut back to the middle, plays one on the ground to the near post, cleared away by the Beavers. And that one's gonna stay in play, so Isai Easley has to play it, and he's able to reset for GCU. Andreu with it, he'll play Aguas. Aguas looking for Hughes, gets over Oregon State defender's head. They'll have to play it back for Fernandez, who will have a chance now to get something going for Oregon State. That one's gonna switch fields, looking for cover. Cover gonna send it right back into the middle. Now Oregon State's got some space up that far side near the middle, and now they're gonna play one looking for Crespo, where that's Diaz. Diaz sends one into the middle. George Tesouris right there to gobble that one up. Almost had a collision in midair with one of the Beavers attackers, but able to avoid him well. Now here come the Lopes with it, as that's Isai Easley on the far side. He'll play Ariel Aguas, who will play Hughes, looking to get a little back heel touch to it. Slide tackle, and now Tyler Hughes will get whistled for a foul, and Oregon State's gonna take over. They play it quickly. That one will be crossed into the box off of Isai Easley's thigh, out of bounds as it's cleared away by Barrio. 9th corner of the game coming for Oregon State, as we have played 15 minutes here in half number 2. And Jack, what have you liked from the Lopes and the Beavers so far?
Well, it's been a roll of reverses here. or reverse of the roles, I should say. Mixed up there, Kyle. But Oregon State's offense was plugging in the first half. Not so much so far here in half number 2. They've taken their shots, but haven't really gotten a clean shot off inside the box, where the Lopes offense has really given Fernandez some trouble here, as once again, Oregon State not really getting a chance to go in for the kill right there.
And that one finds its way out of bounds, but it'll be another Beavers corner. As you can see, all 11 players for GCU are in the box defending on these corner kicks. And now that 10th one's gonna come in. It's gonna be batted straight down. Shot away. Tesorius is right there, and he makes his 5th save of the game.
That's 5 seconds. That's 6 seconds. 7 seconds. 8 seconds. 9 seconds. 10 seconds. 11 seconds.
So Tesorius now throws it out wide. As you can see, that Oregon State coach wanted the rare call for holding the ball too long by the goalkeeper. You rarely see that called at any level, really. And now Oregon State has possession again, as Yasuda will get ready to check back in with Wilton. And they are both able to, and GCU gets possession back, as Oregon State has it now on the far side. That one's gonna get through. And now having to come over and make a play is Atondo, and he's gonna send that one well out of play near the scoreboard. Not sure if that one took a hop out of the stadium or not, near building number 1 here, the engineering building on campus. But the 11th corner of the game for Oregon State, and the Lopes have done a great job defending on the first 11 corners.
Well, I'd say so. 10 for 10 so far on defending these corner kicks. We'll see if they can make it 11 for 11.
Flag goes up. Ball was out of play before it came in. Tesorius will take back over, and now the substitutes get a chance to come on for GCU. So Kissy and Hughes check out. Wilton, Yasuda come in. And now you see that starting front 3 for GCU, as Tesorius gets set to send it away here as we enter the 63rd minute of play. I don't want to get to Wilton. He's going to get a touch. Rasmussen looking to run it down. Oregon State has control for the moment. And now they're going to play it back for Fernandez, who has to get it out of harm's way. And that one's going to go well out of bounds here into the first of the 3 rows and the stands. And now it will be Atondo to throw it in for GCU on the near side. Atondo throws it in, looking for Wilton. He finds him back outside for Rasmussen. Rasmussen sends it in. It's going to take a deflection, and now the clearance will come away to Atondo, and he'll get ready to send it back in off the throw-in. And now Oregon State gets set to make a substitution. That one looking for Wilton again. It won't get over the head of a defender. Atondo now going to be called for a foul as he jumps right into the back of Walker, trying to make a play on that one. And that will be the 8th foul of the game for GCU. And now the referee pulls out a yellow card on Hugo Logan, and I think Coach Hyman wants an explanation on why and what happened. I'm not exactly sure what that was. Maybe Logan was just arguing with the referee a little too much on that one, but nonetheless, the 2nd yellow card of the game and on the Lopes. And now Oregon State will get a free kick as they will switch fields all the way on their defensive end. They'll send that one across and now boot that one up towards midfield as that one's headed, looking for Crespo on that far side, won't find him. And now that one will get out of bounds, and Oregon State will take a throw, and they will make a substitution as number 9, Gloria Amanda, will check back into this one. Oregon State will get ready to send this one in. Still looking to beat the Lopes defense and Tesori's with a goal. They have 5 shots on goal, 13 shots total, and 11 corner kicks so far. As that one will find Wilton. He's gonna have Yasuda and Rasmussen running with him. Wilton hard to the end line. He'll send one across right into the hands of Adrian Fernandez, as I think he carried that one a little too far into that, onto that end line, as he had Yasuda running hard to the middle of the net. And if that beats Fernandez, the Lopes are up 2-0.
Well, another missed opportunity for the offense in this game. We mentioned early on, they're going to need to score more than once in this game. Oregon State has been all over George Tesori's. Like we've mentioned all game long, it's only a matter of time before they get on the board. And this one, that one right in the hands of Tesori's right there. They really have to move around too much, but Oregon State will be back. Again, still plenty of time left in this game, just under 66 minutes into this one. Still plenty of time for Oregon State to at least try to get on the scoreboard just a few more times.
So Rasmussen was looking for Burt Wilton, but he sends it out of play. Oregon State takes back over on the throw-in. It'll be cover to throw it in on the near side. He'll send it well into the middle of the field, and now Oregon State will look to switch it and get something going. Now Oregon State still playing with it, looking across midfield. They do, but they turn it right over, and now here come the Lopes. Looking to play the outside, looking for Yasuda. Can't get it to him, and now Oregon State back on the counter attack. Unable to squeeze that one through. Aguas is now one of the Lopes is down, but he gets right back up, so trying to get back to his feet. I believe that's Nick Barrio playing in the middle of that defense, but here comes the Beavers. Looking to feed one through, they won't do it. Atondo has played well since he's come on as a substitute. Now that one will get out of bounds, and an Oregon State throw.
Well, the Beavers were going to have a clear shot at the goal there if it wasn't for Atondo's block there. So a big play in this game for the Lopes defense.
Atondo again staying on the defense, slide tackled away, but the Beavers stay with it, send one in, and nobody home behind everybody. And now Tashi Yasuda will take it away on the far side, and he'll play it in the middle for Mario Sandreu. He'll send one up looking for Rasmussen, and now the Lopes have it in dangerous spot. Rasmussen lost possession and broke his own ankle as he takes a fall. And Beavers will take back over in the middle of the field. Here comes Diaz. He'll play Crespo out wide. Crespo sends one in off the top of the crossbar. Stays in play for a moment, but gets out of bounds. And another goal kick coming for George Tesori's. And the Lopes.
Let's go, let's go. Come on, you got this. Let's go.
Almost deja vu in this game. We saw that earlier with Fernandez. Lopes getting the benefit of the doubt, getting them that 1-0 lead with 25 seconds left in the first half. George Tesori's also acting like that one was well over then, and that hits the top of the crossbar and out of play, so the Lopes were lucky on that play.
A dangerous ball played back to Fernandez, and now the Beavers take back over on the defensive side of the ball. Referee has to dodge that pass, and he does, and now Diaz will look to play Crespo on the far side. And now here are the Beavers. Back in the middle now, Diaz looking to get around Andreu. He'll have to play it back to cover as Rasmussen will be playing defense on this one. Gets that one just over the outstretched foot of Hugo Logan, but now Tash Yasuda gets it. Wilton looking for a return pass, Yasuda back to him. And now here comes Burt Wilton. Wilton looking to play Rasmussen. Rasmussen running onto the ball. He's got it. He's got one man to beat. Rasmussen's shot will go off the end of his foot, and it'll go wide. And now Oregon State will get a goal kick, but not before the Ray Gaetan substitution as he checks right back in. Hugo Logan will come off for the Lopes just for the time being. 20 minutes remain here in the game that sees the Lopes up 1-0 over the Beavers right now. And Oregon State just gonna look to get something going, and you know towards the end of this one, there's just gonna be a barrage of shots taken. And we'll see if the Lopes defense can stand tall as they have been so far through 70 minutes of play. Oregon State gets it in the middle now, looking for Walker. Atondo heads it away. This will be Aristotelos to play it back, and now pressure by the Beavers, and Tesori's able to send that one away, but Rasmussen able to get it off a bad touch. Here comes Justin Rasmussen down the far side. He's gonna be taken out from behind. No call coming from the referee. There was a little bit of a shove in the back, but the Beavers take back over.
Well, the one thing you got to look from on that play, Kyle, is Rasmussen goes to the ground looking for the foul. We saw earlier in the game Hugo Logan getting shoved around. He got right back up and continued with the play, giving the Lopes a chance offensively. Justin Rasmussen looking for the foul, rightfully so there, but did not continue the play for the Lopes, as Oregon State again with another opportunity to tie this game up.
Guerrero, good header to get that one out of harm's way, but the Beavers still with possession and still threatening the Lopes. That one will get out wide for Crespo. Adrian Crespo now looking to cut back to the middle. He does. Shot away. It'll be way high and wide. Tesori's will get another goal kick. And now the referee's going to stop play, and we're going to get a little bit of a water break here for both sides. As the temperature outside does warrant for one of those, and now both coaches going to get a chance to talk it over with their teams as they did in the first half. So both teams go to their respective sidelines. Lopes still up 1-0, 71 minutes and 45 seconds into this one. So Jack, through the first 25 minutes of this second half, what have you liked, what have you not liked from both sides?
Well, we talked about it a little bit before, Kyle. Lopes defense once again stepping up. Oregon State once again has had their chances in the second half. George Tesori's picking up 3 more saves quickly, 6 saves total. I like how the offense has stepped up against Oregon State's defense in a big way. A lot of opportunities so far here in the second half. They've already gotten 6 shot off here in half number 2 in the first 20 minutes or so. They only got 1 in the first half, though it went their way up 1-0. But Oregon State is a powerhouse offensively, so you got to hand it to George Tesori's and this Lopes defense for keeping them at bay and shutting them down through the first 42 minutes, or excuse me, the first 72 minutes.
And the Beavers so far now in the game, 16 shots, 6 of them have tested Tesori's. He's able to save all 6 of those so far. And for the Lopes, they have 4 shots, 2 of those on goal. Fernandez has saved 1, and of course the 1 in the back of the net thanks to Pambos Aristotelos 25 seconds before halftime. And now both teams back out onto the field to finish the rest of this 90-minute. We'll get the restart with George Tesori's on the goal kick when everybody is in position, as the assistant stopping play still for 1 moment more, as it looks like there is somebody down on the Oregon State sideline with possibly a bloody nose from the looks of what the trainer is attending to down there. I'm not quite positive on what it is, so referee gonna hold play off for a moment longer. And now Daniil will run back onto the field, and we will be able to restart play with the George Tesori's goal kick. He will send that one high and deep to Rasmussen. It'll get off the head of a Beaver defender, and the Lopes able to take over with Marlon Atondo set to throw it in, but we will get a substitution for GCU. Be number 22, Will Clark, into the game now. He'll come in for Rasmussen as Atondo sends it for Wilton into the corner. Wilton will be on the ball now. He'll send it back, looking for Will Clark. Now it'll get out of bounds. Another throw in coming for GCU. Atondo will get ready to throw it in again for the Lopes. Looking to add on to their 1-0 lead as he will send it in. It'll get to Wilton over the top of the defense, and now trying to pin him deep. He does for a moment, but now Oregon State looking to get out of pressure. Lopes applying good defense there, and now here's Aristotelos in the corner. He'll look to win one back, but Oregon State able to get it away, and now a deflection off of one of the Lopes defenders, and Oregon State will take over with a throw in near the far side corner. And the referee's gonna back him all the way up to almost the corner flag. Now a big throw in, but Aristotelos is right there. Yasuda heads it for Gatton, and now Ray Gatton looking to make a turn. Turns it over to Oregon State, and now they're gonna look to get it out of pressure, and they do as they switch sides of the field. We'll look to start another attack. But they will be forced to play it back to their defense, and it'll come to cover on the near side. Cover gonna look. That one's gonna get through. Tesori's off his line looking to seal that one. He does. He's thrown to the ground, and we're gonna get a whistle and a foul.
Well, another good look there from the Beavers, but we've seen this multiple times from their offense in this second half. Their passes just a little bit errant, not really timing up with their teammates' position. As the Lopes looking to regain position right here. Tesori's kicks it away back to midfield.
Low line drive, looking to get a couple deflections. It does, but it's popped up to Oregon State, and now Will Clark gets it to Gatton, but it's taken away and it's played out of bounds. And now Marlon Atondo will get set to throw it in again for GCU. Now Atondo gonna go deep. He'll get it to Wilton, looking to make a turn to the middle. He does. Wilton will play it in. It'll get a deflection to the top of the box, and Oregon State will get it out of harm's way, and now we'll start their next attack as they get it to the midfield circle and have to play it back and out wide to Diaz. All the way back to Adrian Fernandez now, and back to cover and into the middle of the field. Get a nice little pass, but it's taken away by GCU, and now Clark is tripped up, and the Lopes are going to get a free kick. That'll be Aristotelos getting ready to trying to go quickly, but he'll have to stop as Oregon State was a little closer than he would have liked. Aristotelos directing traffic. He'll play it out wide to Atondo. Atondo looking to feed the middle. He can't do it. And now Oregon State's going to take over. And now Aguas took a spill. He's down. He's not getting up. He's holding his leg. He put his hand right up for the trainers and for a sub. Now he's going to get up and try and work it off as he's up limping, and now Oregon State still with it. And Aguas getting the attention of the referee. And Austin Day is going to come in, and you can see Ariel Aguas very frustrated at that, as Austin Day will get ready to check in for the Lopes as the training staff will run on to attend to Aguas. So Aguas able to get up with the help of trainers, and now he'll have to walk off with the help of the trainers as Austin Day checks in. We hope he is able to continue at some point, hopefully back in this one with 14 minutes to play, and if not, definitely on Tuesday when they head to Blacksburg, as he has been all over the place, really orchestrating the Lopes attack. They especially did that in the first half when they weren't able to get anything going.
Been a big part of this defense for sure, Kyle. And you mentioned on Tuesday against Virginia Tech, the number 10th ranked team in the nation. They're definitely going to need Aguas for that one.
Oregon State with it now again. And they'll have to play it back to the defense and reset the attack. A little 1-2 pass and now play it out wide. So the platform starting to get a little bit louder as we enter the latter stages of this one, and Lopes defense all over Diaz as Austin Day, who just came back into the game, is on the ball now with a little bit of speed. He's gonna play Yasuda. Yasuda looks to get a touch through, and that one's gonna be all the way back to Fernandez. He's able to keep that one well in front of him, as that was a dangerous ball and a really hard pass back to the goalkeeper, and you got to be careful with those because you can't use your hands, and any weird deflections, that ball's probably in the back of the net.
Well, Oregon State can ill afford to go down by 2 here in this game, the way that their offense has been held by the Lopes defense through the first 77 minutes. Again, still plenty of time to get right back in this one, only down by 1, but they're running out of time. 13 minutes to go in this one as George Tesori's in this Lopes offense. We mentioned about keeping the floodgates locked. They've done that so far through the first 78 minutes.
Lopes win yet another throw-in. And it'll go back to Atondo, who gets set to throw it in again. He's gonna go long, looking for Wilton as it gets off the head of Gatan, and it bounces in front of him. Wilton can't quite corral, and now Oregon State starts, but it'll be right to Austin Day, who will play it out wide for Tosh Yasuda. Yasuda gonna play Clark, who can't quite run it down. And another goal kick coming for Oregon State. But a substitution up front now with fresh legs in 12 and a half or 11 and a half minutes to play. It's going to be number 10, Anthony Adiola, who will get his first action of the night. That one's going to be played short and out wide for Cover, who will stop and send it back, and they will start it back with their defense, as they have done all night. And now a steal. This is Yasuda. Yasuda plays Wilton. Wilton gonna go back for Yasuda, who gets bumped. No call. Lopes bench wants a foul, but I don't think there was much there. And now here come the Beavers, but it's booted away and out of bounds. And Oregon State's gonna get another throw in.
Well, that would have been very impressive if Tosh was able to pull that play off with 2 defenders right down the middle of the box. Of course, not getting the foul on that call.
Now, the freshman Barrero's gonna run it down and send it back to George Tesoris, who will boot that one deep, looking for Wilton now. Wilton's gonna get a touch, but it'll go right to Oregon State. They're gonna start it back again. This is up for Walker. Walker does a good job to keep that in play, and that's gonna get back for Cover, and now back into the middle of the defense. And swung around once more. And now Oregon State's got it, looking to go up the middle on the side. They do. Crossing into the box, Tesori's able to kick that one away, and now Isai Easley able to clear. And now that one gets out of bounds and a throw in for Oregon State, who will throw it in quickly to Adrian Fernandez.
Well, the biggest test of the night so far, 80 minutes into this game for George Tesoris. Oregon State looking for the quick kill there on the far side. And George Tesori ready for it like he has been all night long, keeping this at a 1-0 advantage for the Lopes.
And Tesorius entered tonight with 7 saves. He has 7 saves already now in this one. So he's matched his saves total on the season just already tonight. Now here come the Lopes. They get it in, and the offside flag goes up. Looking for Aristotelos, as that one was so quick, and now an Oregon State player goes down. And the referee will stop the clock for a moment to tend to him. So 9 minutes remain. Lopes still up 1-0. And George Tesorius and the Lopes defense has been outstanding yet again.
Well, we mentioned to get in that first half, Lopes are really not getting anything going. George Tesorius has been the focal point defensively in this game against Oregon State. Lopes really didn't give the Havocs anything to cheer for until those 25 seconds in half number 1. They've been on their feet, very rowdy here in half number 2, as they're about 9 minutes away from potentially seeing their team knock off Oregon State at home.
And that one will get off of Gatan, and Oregon State will have another throw-in. So that one thrown in, but right to the defense, and that's going to take a couple of rolls and hops, and Tesorius will pick it up. And he will reset the Lopes defense and try and look to get something going. The last time Tesorius had at least seven saves in a game was last season when they beat number 10 Air Force. He had 9 in that one, and now here come the Lopes looking to play to Atondo on the near side. Here comes Marlon Atondo. He's going to send one in behind everybody, and Oregon State's able to get it out of the box and now up the field. And now off the Lopes, out of bounds, and we're going to get a substitution for Oregon State. Oregon State now with the ball in the back, as they will look to get something going here as we enter the final 7 minutes of play. This is a season high shots faced for George Tesorius. He had 15 faced against St. Mary's a few days ago. He's got 17 shots at him already in this one, but only 7 of those have been on goal, which he has stopped all 7. Now Oregon State threatening just a little bit now, but good defense again from GCU, as Eastley going to get called for a foul, and now I believe that's Austin Day on the far side, but a trip from an extra Oregon State player, as Eastley was kept running, and now the referee's going to call both of them over to give them a little talking to. So that is Isai Eastley and Daniil. No cards for either player. Referee will get ready to set up the free kick for Oregon State. And now a shove to Tashi Yasuda, as you saw. He was waiting for the referee to tell him to back up, but Oregon State wanted him to back up immediately as the referee started walking away.
A 1-0 game here. 6.5 minutes to go. 2 evenly matched teams. Tempers are flaring.
Now ball played into the box, right into the hands of George Tesorius. Took a weird hop. And he did well to stay onto that one. Never lost track. And his defense has been really well here tonight. He's now got 8 saves. He throws it out long, looking to play Yasuda on the far side. He gets well by him. And now Fernandez will reset Oregon State.
Aristotelos with the big goal in this game. We mentioned with 25 seconds left in half number 1, but you got to think George Tesorius is your player of the game for GCU so far in this one has been phenomenal in both halves, as Oregon State's offense has been on them right off the bat, has locked the floodgates, as we mentioned in the pregame, as the Lopes looking for an add-on here.
Wilton finds Yasuda, but they turn it over, and now here comes Oregon State, but Aristotelos does good to get it back, and now it's Gatan. Gatan for Aristotelos in the middle. Aristotelos shot right into the hands of Fernandez, who allows a rebound, but he's able to get right back on it before any GCU player and Burt Wilton could get to the rebound. Good job from Adrian Fernandez to gobble that one up.
Well, Burt Wilton breathing down the neck of Adrian Fernandez there. Fernandez just trying to get to that ball before Wilton could get to it himself. That definitely would have given the Lopes that cushion that they've been looking for.
Austin Day now gets it for the Lopes. Gets out of bounds, and it'll be throw in for the Beavers. Now another GCU player down. I believe that is Mario Andreu.
Delay in the game, yeah. Oh yeah, it's okay.
So with just 4.5 minutes into this one, we get a stoppage. Lopes have to defend for 4.5 more minutes, up 1-0, as Rasmussen gets ready to check back in to the game, as Andreu will walk off under his own power. And now going to be a dangerous throw in from the Beavers on that far sideline, going to set up for a long one, so Tesorius will really have to be on his toes to defend this one. Referee blows his whistle. And the flip throw, we were back underway. That's going to be a line drive, played back out now, cross into the box. Tesorius punches it away for a second, gets back into the middle, and it's going to be deflected away. And now here come the Lopes. It's a 4-on-3. He'll play Wilton. And now Wilton will stop and play it back for Gatan. And here comes Ray Gatan. He's got some space down the middle. Gatan looks to play it. And now it'll get out wide for Marlon Atondo. Atondo finds Wilton. Wilton back for Atondo. Marlon Atondo sends it in, takes a deflection. And Oregon State does well to clear that one away. Now looking for Walker, looking for a slide tackle. Are the Lopes, and now they're going to say deflected off of Aristotelos, and everybody yelling at the assistant. But Oregon State gets it right back, and now they will throw it in with Diaz, and now Aristotelos sends that deep. And that one will find its way out of bounds. Oregon State to throw in once again. This will be cover as you take a look at the Havocs right there. As we have 2.5 minutes remaining in, or 3.5 minutes remaining in this one. So that one will be played to nobody, and Justin Rasmussen now gets a chance to check back in. So the referee will stop the clock for this substitution. Rasmussen and now Jaime Delore gonna check in for GCU. So fresh legs up front, trying to get a late one and add on to the lead. Delore gonna get his first action of 2019, and now a deep throw in will be headed away by Oregon State. They do a good job to keep it, as Walker will have to play it back for cover. Now it's played back into the middle of the field and to the far side. Trying to go right down the middle is Oregon State, and no foul there. Referee says Andreu got the ball, and now here comes Oregon State once again. Jaime Delore applies a little bit of pressure now. Delore does a good job to get that one away, but he's taken out by his own man. And Will Clark coming in for that slide tackle, and now it's over top, and the Lopes right into George Tassaris's hands. And now we got two separate players down, one for Oregon State, one for the Lopes, and I believe that's Jaime Delore who just came on.
Injured player for the Lopes, number 25, Barrio. Into the match for the Lopes, number 5, Alexis Canales.
So Canales will come in for GCU.
25 is out.
Take another look at this last attack from Oregon State as it got to Diaz. He had a shot, but it was right in the hands of Tesori's. Mario Andreu now will be subbed out for Alexi Canales, and Oregon State trainers working on the player down for them. As now he gets up to his feet and everybody up now, ready to go for the last 2 minutes of this one.
It's got to be an all-around frustrating feeling for OSU in this game, getting banged up a little bit as the offense still really has not gotten anything going with just 2 minutes left to go in this one to try and knot things up at 1.
Why is the kick there?
Why is the kick there? His hand's back there. He's in his hands when he got hurt.
So Tesori's will get set to send this one away for the Lopes.
Where's the ball? Where's the restart at? The trainer went on. The trainer went on to get him. Why is the ball? He went on. The goalkeeper had the ball 6 yards from goal. The ball's down here.
So the referee's going to have Tesori's send the ball back to the Oregon State side, and they will restart it as it'll get now back to Tesori's, and the injured player Diaz will come back on for Oregon State as Tesori sends it out wide for Isai Easley, who gets it to Austin Day.
Beavers looking for the quick sneaky kill there with George Tesori's able to pick it up, throw it back to midfield for the Lopes.
Lopes stay on the ball on that far side as another player down. Throw in for GCU. So throw in from the Lopes, and they do not keep it in bounds, and Oregon State will take over. Less than 90 seconds remain in this one. Lopes still up 1-0, looking to hang on for their third shutout of the season and third win out of 4, and they can end the Beavers' 3-game winning streak if they can hang on. We enter the final minute of play here at GCU Soccer Stadium. And here come the Beavers. That one's going to take a deflection off of Delore. Good job from him. And now Gatan looking to stay on it. He takes a tumble, and now Oregon State gets it back. That one going to be played long. It's going to bounce over everybody looking for a volley. Unable to get it on net. Tesori's gets lucky. And now he will get a goal kick with 30 seconds remaining, and he's got to be careful not to pick up a card. And there's the card we were just talking about. Referee unhappy with that as Tesori's will claim he was fixing a divot in the field. And there's the yellow card on George Tesori's. George got to be careful not to get another one. Now Tesori's will send it away. 20 seconds remaining here in half number 2. Lopes looking to hang on and stop any last Oregon State attack as Barrio's going to boot that one high, but not very far. Final 10 seconds of play. Countdown ensues. Delore sends on deep one, but it's not going to have enough. Fernandez will have to boot one away, and the Lopes have knocked off their first ever Pac-12 opponent. They beat Oregon State 1-0 thanks to the 44th minute goal from Pambos Aristotoulos. And the Lopes move to 3-1 on the season. Oregon State's 3-game winning streak comes to an end, and they fall to 3-2.
Well, we talked about it before the game, Kyle. It was going to be the Lopes defense in this one, coming into this game with only one goal allowed on the season. And they're going to walk out of their 5th game here with only 1 goal allowed on the season, come away with a 3rd shutout, back-to-back shutouts, a huge win here at home. We talked about how they had to keep Oregon State's offense at bay if they wanted any chance to win this game here tonight in Lope Country, and they shut them out as George Tesouris comes away with 8 saves in the game. 9 saves, had one more before time expired. 9 saves in this one as the Lopes come away with that score. Aristoteles with the goal 25 seconds before the half ended in half number 1. Just an all-around good feel win for the Lopes as they head to Virginia on Tuesday night.
And of course, our GCU golf course player of the game is going to be the man you just mentioned, George Tesouris, who had 9 saves, picks up his 3rd shutout on the season. The Lopes, every time they have won so far, has been by way of the shutout. Still 1 goal given up. George Tesouris was voted the WAC preseason Defensive Player of the Year after being named the tournament MVP last season, and he has held up to that standard that he set for himself last season.
Well, you can't say enough about his season thus far, and here tonight, arguably his best performance yet with those 9 saves. You mentioned the 15 saves in that game against St. Mary's. But 9 saves here tonight as Oregon State's defense was all over him in that first half, specifically in the first 10 minutes, picking up 3 saves right off the bat. As George Tesouris, a well-deserving GCU golf course player of the game.
And thank you for tuning in. The Lopes will hit the road for a pair of games, and they will be back here at home on Saturday, September the 28th, when they will start WAC play against Incarnate Word. And of course, you can catch that game right here on GCU TV. Don't forget to follow us on our Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. Women's volleyball in action tomorrow night, women's soccer on Sunday. Catch all those games right here on GCU TV. For everybody here at GCU TV, for Jack O'Hara, I'm Kyle Borg saying have a great night, have a good weekend, and as always, go Lopes.